brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler Lecter with you on your Friday morning. Waking up to the news this morning that President Trump and Melania Trump have COVID-19. Take that with a big old grain of salt. I mean,
You're going conspiracy on this.
I don't think it's a conspiracy at all. I just think he's lying. I just think it's a lie. That's all.
Well, that's kind of the basis of it.
No, it's not. The basis of a conspiracy is an organized, like a group of people working towards a common goal together in secret or whatever. That's a conspiracy.
But you think they're conspiring to lie about
this? Absolutely. And I don't go in for conspiracy theories, but all of this is just a little convenience. It's like, I was poor showing at the debate. We got an election coming up. How can I curry some sympathy votes, and how can I, I don't go in for conspiracy theories that much. I just don't believe everything he says is basically a lie. It's been fact checked and it's a lie. So why would we believe this?
I think he's smart enough to know that he's not going to get a sympathy vote with regards to COVID-19.
Of course he would.
I don't think so.
Of course he would.
I believe he has it. I have no reason to think that he doesn't.
Are you? Except for everything he's ever said. Everything he's ever said.
What do you
That's
mean?
your reason for not believing it.
No, I believe that he has it. What?
No, you said you have no reason to believe that he doesn't have it, except everything he's ever said.
But everything about Trump is strength. We can't show weakness, right?
Yeah, everything about Trump is strategy. I'm going to say this in order to do this. I'm going to say this in order to do this. I believe that this is one of those things. I don't think he does.
Okay. Well, I believe he does, but
you know what? And you know what? If he does, great. At the same time, like whatever. Like you downplayed it forever.
No, not great.
Well, no, I mean he downplayed it forever, so there it is.
Yeah.
So now it's a real thing.
This is a throwdown, a showdown. Hell no, I can't slow down.
I gotta go.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Oh, it's Friday morning. It's 3.6 degrees plus. It's actually not that bad. There's no frost out there. I think
it's beautiful morning.
I think we're in for another semi-nice weekend. We're actually getting a bit of a fall here, which is nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
In October, no less.
Yeah.
After frost.
October 2nd. I got to give a shout-out to Cabin co-founder Adam Vivian. It is his birthday. I was about to say what number it was. I don't think he'll care. 39th birthday this morning.
Happy birthday, Viv.
Happy birthday, Vivian. I hope to see you this weekend. I don't know what's going on. I texted him the other day. I was like, what do you do for your birthday? I was like, I don't know. I'll let you know. I'm like, all right.
This is 39.
This is 39, exactly. Yeah, this is 39. You're the same age as Folk on the Rocks, bro. So
maybe forever.
You never know. You never know. More, and you know what? More Northerners winning the lottery. Let's bring up that quickly. Who is this? $10,000 richer on the Cherry Jubilee Zing scratch ticket. Shelby Lloyd purchased 3 of those tickets from the Co-op Gas Bar and Yellowknife on an impulse. They're only $1 tickets. She won herself $10,000.
What was the name of that scratch ticket again?
Cherry Jubilee Zing.
That sounds delicious,
doesn't it? When I first read the article, I just saw the headline. I scanned it quickly, and I was like, "Oh, cool, good for Cherry Jubilee." And I even went so far. I went so far as to look up Cherry Jubilee Zing on Facebook. Oh wait, that's the name of the ticket. I'm a big dumb animal.
And now you're going to be getting lottery ads for the next few
weeks. I can't wait. Send me those lotto ads.
Lucky
I can't wait to scratch and win. Booyah.
I mean, it's hot up here, so why not?
It is, man. Yeah. Felix Gibbons last week was $62,000.
Yeah.
Cherry Jubilee Zing of Hay River. No.
Lord Tucho's buying up the city of Yellowknife.
Shelby Boyd, Laura Tucho's slowly buying it up too. Very, very underground kind of thing.
Building her empire.
I mean, that's what I would do if I won $55 million.
Yeah, why not?
I'd just start building. I'd just start buying houses up around the city.
Hell yeah!
And then giving them away. Yeah, might as well.
In a lottery type fashion.
Well, I mean, just anything to bring down the property value of certain parts of town. You know what I mean? And not in a bad way, but just I'm going to buy this house for whatever you have it on the market for, $800 zillion, and I'm going to give it away for $50. And
you'd be a saint.
I would be a saint.
We would make a statue about you.
I don't want a statue about me, or at least...
Well, it would be torn down eventually.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. As all statues become. 100 years from now, we'll be like, we really want a statue of this guy. This guy gave away houses to the needy. Is that what we want to emulate?
Listen back to some of those old podcasts.
Yeah.
Said
Got a lot of
really
really
stupid things.
interesting theories about Donald Trump having coronavirus. And now we know that Saint Trump, 100 years from now, had coronavirus. I just, whatever. There's nothing to be believed in that. Yeah, so good. Congratulations to Shelby Boyd. I said Shelly. It's Shelby Boyd. Shelby Boyd.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm sure she's fine if you call her Shelly. That'll throw people off the
That's
off
right.
the trail.
Right. Well, we're looking for Shelly Boyd. She just won $10,000. And Shelby's over here counting
I'm
money like
Shelby. I don't know where this Shelly is.
Shelby, just so you know, the Cabin Radio store is up and running.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find that at cabinradio.ca. It's time to start Christmas shopping. I mean, we're in the middle of October now.
We were just counting it up the other day. We have about $63,000 worth of merch in there.
Wow. Yeah, Felix.
Imagine that.
There you go. I mean, we're in the middle of October. I say middle. It's October 2nd. It's time to start Christmas shopping.
Yeah, may as well. I guess.
Get the decorations down until after Remembrance Day.
We yell at everyone else when they put out their Christmas stuff too early, but we're a small independent radio station.
Yeah.
I feel like we can get away with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely we can. If you're a newly minted lotto winner here in the North, don't forget to drop by the Cabin Radio merch store. It's full of goodies for you and the entire family.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter, the three amigos. Amigos, strong word. Three people that work closely together with you on your Friday morning. We sent out Emily Blake into the deep unknown just off Ingram Trail to do a little LARPing this week. You may have caught the video on the website, also on our Facebook page. LARPcraft YK is the group. Do they have another group? Ollie, you did some research on this.
I read Emily's story.
That's what we all did.
I mean, it took me long enough to figure out what LARP means.
Yeah, live action role play, for those of you who don't know. Very, very popular. It was even featured in a movie starring Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd back in 2008 called Role Models. Funny movie.
It was okay.
All right. But LARPing, super, super fun. Basically, live action role play. So you're basically living out
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Or D&D, whichever one. So, I mean, the video's pretty awesome. Emily went out there and showed a little support for them. So they get together. How often did they get together? I didn't
it's a weekend kind of thing.
Yeah,
they were going to do more stuff this summer, but COVID-19 meant they couldn't open up as much, so they just did it within their small little group.
Yeah.
But it's great because the video, if you haven't seen the video, go on our website, go on Facebook and find it. They are basically, the video follows our merry band of medieval, I think they're a band of mercenaries in a medieval tavern.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In a tavern in the woods near Cassidy Point.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you, of course, have to imagine the tavern, for that does not exist.
That's right.
There's a lot of imagining going on. At one point, there was even supposed to be a fire on the floor, and you had to imagine the fire. It's like, I feel like we could have built the fire, But no, we're all right. We're imagining the fire.
Yeah, part of the video going up to warming your hands at the fire. It's like, just build a fire.
I'm actually cold. We should
probably build a
fire would be great right now. We are surrounded by forest.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot of imagining going on. They dress up for it, and then this band of medieval mercenaries wanders around, and they were trying to... last I saw them in the video, they were bartering with a hermit in order to acquire a token to defeat a child-eating witch.
An actual hermit?
Well, I believe that was also an actor.
Oh, that was actual.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think they I don't know how many hermits we have. Some guy in a
we
cabin.
got a couple, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Like, I'm not a hermit. I'm just here for a long weekend. This is my cabin.
This is Cassidy Point. I live here.
There's a couple of things the North has a lot of: hermits and child-eating witches. It's just something that is in the North. What are you going to do? But, I mean, LARPing looks like a ton of fun. I actually did a web series like 10 years ago, and I'm failing to remember what the name of it is, and I was just looking it up. But anyway, we did this 10-episode web series about like a high school and like defeating different groups in the high school, and it was basically played out like a role-playing game.
Yeah.
And one of the episodes we had to defeat the LARPers. So there was a ton of people who actually did LARPing like as part of their hobby, came in to do the movie. It was some of the most fun we had on sets. One episode was paintballers, another was like LARPers, and there was witches and warlocks and wizards and things like this, and it was super hilarious, like throwing stones at people and going lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, stuff like that.
So
Very
the follow-up video,
Yeah.
where we go into the wilderness and take on the LARPers. is going to be a ton of fun. I did suggest it could be the next Wheeler versus Ollie
I could do
LARPing.
That. Yep.
Where we each have our own medieval band.
Yes,
and,
I like that.
They have actual swords.
Well,
I don't know if you
soft
saw
swords.
that. They were
real
they
swords.
Were full on
Ooh, that's
stabbing
not LARP.
each other. They're just really tough.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're supposed to have like soft swords, like
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean,
those are much trickier to get in Yellowknife.
They are,
the
but I
real
mean,
thing.
you make them. You make them out of styrofoam, and then you can actually like hit people with them a little bit, right?
Yeah, it looked. I mean, a couple of the kill scenes, if you will, in the video looked pretty intense.
Relatively authentic.
A few good stabs in there, and
That's right.
finish them off. You mentioned this yesterday that you'd sent Emily out to do this video, and you just threw out LARP, and like I know it's a word I'd heard before because role
LARP.
models came out
LARP
10, 15 years ago, something like that.
LARP.
And off the top of my head, though, I was just like, what does that mean? It's just like one of those words that I hear, and it's like every time it's like I've heard it for the first time. I feel like it's kind of like geocaching. Like throw that out. They went geocaching. Like, what is that?
That brand new activity from 1998. Yes.
But this has been around for a long time,
But
too.
geocaching isn't an acronym for anything.
No, I just don't know what it means.
Oh,
and I forget
I see.
every time.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brain trauma,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Brain trauma. So much of it. From LARPing. Because you're using real swords.
Real
and bats.
swords.
That'll do that.
And head strikes only.
That's right. Yeah. That's the only way you can get a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have played with those
Chop
guys.
off that head.
Yeah.
But a ton of fun, and I absolutely agree. A follow-up video would be awesome with, Wheeler versus Ollie with our merry bands. I'll be a friar. I think I feel like a... I'm
just imagining you with a frying pan in the corner. This is what you guys
This is what I
meant,
meant, right? Yeah.
There
There we
with
are.
a barbecue. Yeah?
Just the normal clothes,
I'm a
frying
friar.
up some bacon. I'm a friar.
I feel like it won't take them long to defeat us.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
We've got barbecue skewers, Scott. We're going to be very dangerous.
If you want to see what LARPing's all about, go to the Facebook page, Cabin Radio DP. Also go to cabinradio.ca. Emily Blake has that story for you, plus the video. And if you're still wondering what LARPing is, from Lexi Roselius in the video, LARPing is dressing up in a period costume, and that could be whether it's medieval or zombie or futuristic. And basically play a game like Dungeons & Dragons, where you're actually acting it out. Super fun.
Kids, we've dressed up as Reservoir Dogs.
That's
bang,
right.
bang, bang. Thanks. We win.
We're just going to rob a bank. Guys, we're LARPing. Stop shooting at us.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter with you on your Friday morning. Stop moving the mic. Ollie, you're a professional broadcaster. That was my fault. I put up your mic too soon. But we are joined by a very special guest. It's my mama. Gail Sear joins us in the studio to talk about a documentary that is featuring herself, myself, and Ollie Williams here that has just won an award at an international film festival and Oscar. I told you we're not talking about Oscar. You have to stop bringing that with you wherever you go.
The whole next 10 minutes could be very shaky in terms of what is permissible for a morning broadcast.
That's right. I mean, this thing is showing up radio interviews, birthdays, funerals, everywhere.
It doesn't have much to say.
I mean, it doesn't have much
and
to
yet
say,
has
but
so
it
much
has
to
so
say.
much to say.
So loud.
So loudly.
Same
If
time.
you're wondering what we're talking about, so it's called Oscar. If you imagine an Oscar, like an Oscar statue, just leave it at that. Just stay imagining
just that. Exactly right.
It's nothing.
Exactly what
it's
it is.
nothing untoward at all.
That's right.
Kinda.
So this film festival, it's called the WRPN.TV Women's International Film Festival. So we did this show for the Spoken Word Festival last year at NAC, and George Lassard, who he recorded it all and turned it into and edited it together and sent it out to this festival, and we got exceptional merit awards. So beautiful stuff, and we had a lot of fun doing it last year. Basically, what the show was, if you guys didn't see it, it was my mom, Gail, talking about her life and basically my responses to all her stories, and Ollie kind of mediating this interview between the two of us, and it was so much fun, and it had a great response.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy to be here with my co-stars today. And
Jesse, me, Oscar.
And
That's right.
Oscar,
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, and I'm still giddy from hearing this news yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
So, and then I phoned Marie
Yeah.
Claire with with Northern Arts and Cultural Center.
Yep.
And she is just thrilled and excited.
Awesome.
So, and it was, Marie has been really ahead of the game in terms of making sure that theater, spoken word, and different kinds of productions
Yep.
Are produced in the Northwest
Absolutely.
Territories, in
Yeah.
the communities. And so she's been very good at that.
She is.
And so this is sort of like a really nice
Shot in the arm.
shot in the arm
Yeah.
for her efforts.
And well, I hazard to bring up Oscar again, but it does play heavily into the title of the documentary, which is called "This is what happens when you aren't taught how to bead," because we go through your journey from Manitoba to Yellowknife, and then through your journey in Yellowknife, you've been here 46 years.
Yes.
You're older than 46. So you've been here a long time, and I mean one of the things we talked about when we were interviewed by the Yellowknifer about this is just hearing about how much gumption it takes to actually stay here that long, for one, but how much adaptation and skill it does take to live here for that long as well. Because you have to adapt to how the town is changing, you have to adapt to the winters, you have to adapt to a lot of things. So the documentary is up on YouTube. We can share the link, and you guys can check it out if you didn't get a chance to check it out last year. Ollie, you helped us along with this, and what was your experience?
I did not have a lot to do. I essentially did what I'm doing now, which is I sat between the two of you and listened to stories. It was great. It's one of my easier on-stage appearances doing anything. Yeah, I got to sit there and just laugh a lot, which is great.
And now you're in an award-winning film about it.
Apparently so.
Yes.
Big congratulations to George Lessard for his hard work and editing it all together. Wonderful stuff. And like I said, we'll put up the film on the webpage there so you guys can check it out.
Well, and I have to thank George, too, because, I mean, he did send me a note, and he said, look, I'd like to submit this to this festival, and can I have your permission? And I said, oh, okay. And I just kind of thought, strictly for camera work, it wasn't sort of like really high motion kind of.
No, he had a couple of things kind of set up.
Yeah, but he did submit it. And
he didn't ask my permission.
He didn't have to.
That's true. It is about you.
So I thank you, George, for doing that. It was, and I'm thrilled that our little production got as far as it did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, again, so much fun, and your stories are wonderful. I love hearing them all the time. You've got so many stories to tell.
Yes. Oh, yes, and that was just
and most of them true.
Yeah. Some may have just as
any story you have
of exaggeration.
Any story you have about me is horribly exaggerated and filled with lies.
Don't believe that for a second.
Okay.
Don't believe that for all you cabin radio listeners. You know what this young man is like.
Okay. All right. I don't like any of this. It was being part of that spoken word festival was such a treat. And to be able to share the stage with you, we hadn't shared the stage in over 20 years.
Yes,
so it was wonderful to do that too. You have an amazing presence, and you just have amazing stories as well. Oh, stop it!
That's my son.
Okay.
I have to ask now. What was the last thing that you had shared the stage in?
Guys and Dolls, I believe, was the last time we shared the stage before that, right?
It was a musical.
Yeah, it was Guys and Dolls.
Yeah, Guys
1998.
And Dolls,
Just a
guys
bunch
and
of crazy
dolls.
guys.
Just a bunch of crazy guys and dolls. Yeah, we did that back in 1998. That was the first time I was on the NAC stage in a show.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I made you.
That's not even true at all. Sir, I did high school musical
yes, you did.
before that. Pardon
yes,
me.
Oh, but no one cares about that.
But with Ptarmigan Theatrics, that was the first show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made this wonderful big pinstripe suit because it was in that.
It's still
era.
hanging around. I think it's still in their costume departments.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit me anymore.
Give it a shot.
No. Spent a lot of time in that in the backstage and in the sewing room and everything at NAC. So it was really, and of course, I like being on stage.
Of course,
it's just fun.
I do too. I don't know why. It has something to do with the attention.
Now I'm trying to remember. Was that a one night?
It was
performance.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the Spoken Word Festival last year, we shared the stage with what was the other performer's name?
Don't look at me.
Cardinal.
Yes.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Yeah. And he's told wonderful stories as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it was a beautiful night. The Spoken Word Festival is just wonderful.
Right.
And hopefully, obviously, we couldn't do it this year. Hopefully, we can do it again next year.
We should get the audio of that and run the audio of that performance.
It was a really fun show. I was in
I'm sure
attendance
we can just grab it off the YouTube video here.
Is that the full show?
That's the full show.
Oh, wow.
55 minutes, 52
there you go.
seconds. We could do that. That would be great. Yeah, if you guys, and we will share the link to the YouTube video on the Facebook page, maybe on the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page. And we'll do the audio as well, and you guys can listen to it. My mother is awesome, and she has a lot of great stories, and she's the best guest we've ever had here at Cabin Radio. Sorry to everybody else. There it is.
I don't think anyone's debating it.
I don't think so either. Now get Oscar off my desk.
Oscar.
Oh, my God. Just 10 inches of embarrassment.
With butterflies.
With butterflies on it and glitter.
And glitter.
Oh.
I know. It was so fun when I brought that out. I mean, the whole audience just went,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
at the same time. The same time, you could hear everybody
There he
take
is.
this big intake of
There's
breath.
Oscar.
As big as advertised.
If not bigger. It's a little emasculating.
Good morning to the CRTC.
Get that, yeah. Yeah, if our application is still sitting on your desk, pick it up. Review it again.
Would you like a paperweight?
This won't. It won't take too much.
No, it won't. It won't.
Yeah.
It's
maybe
very
one
light,
page or so.
very light,
But Ollie, before I just want to thank you very much for participating in this.
Yes.
And Jesse, of course.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when you came to me with the idea, I just thought it was a great idea. And I mean, what's funny is that we didn't do a whole heck of a lot of writing on it. You kind of told me what stories you were going to tell. And I was like, okay, I know those stories. I know some of them. So I'm just going to kind of respond in kind. So there was an improv bent to it, kind of just off the cuff, which is what we love to do here at Cabin Radio anyway. So it fit perfectly. So I mean, thank you for coming up with the idea. And thank you for doing a bunch of the work. And
You didn't even have the idea?
I didn't have the idea.
Oh,
didn't have the idea to do the work.
Well, actually, Marie was the one that actually suggested
That's
the
right.
three.
That's right. Yeah. So big ups to Marie Coder as well. And thanks to Knack.
Yeah.
And thanks for dropping by this morning.
Well, and then thank you for letting me come in and start taking all kinds of pictures of the studio so that I could actually
That's
set up
right.
a
Oh,
set.
yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you,
Beautiful stage
from
setup.
that, gave us a beautiful on-air lights.
Yeah.
Made it.
Yes.
Made it Glassworks there. It's gorgeous. It remains up there to this day.
So we've I took pictures of out the window here where you can see the Dragon Toner office.
That's right.
And so we had that.
Yeah, it was all
free
hanging in there.
advertising.
It
Dragon
looked great.
Toner.
It looked great. Guys, check out the video. I mean, my mother's got a lot of really great stories to share. She's had a wonderful, I wouldn't say it's all wonderful, but pretty amazing journey from where she's come from. So if you guys want to hear some great stories and laugh a lot, we'll put up this video and we'll download the audio as well. Mama, you didn't bring us breakfast, so you're kicked out.
Of course, I should have brought.
I was going to
something.
say, I was waiting for a text saying, "Do you want some coffee?" And nothing came. So, you're out on your ass, I guess.
That's okay. There's
okay.
enough to spare.
There's enough to spare. Thanks for not giving me any of that, by the way. I've got a white man and a Cree bum. There's nothing there. It causes back issues. Thank you again for dropping by. Always a pleasure.
Thanks
to
for
have you.
having me, Cabin Radio.
Of course,
and
of course.
it was a proud moment for me just to be able to sort of, as a mom as well, be able to show the achievement of you putting the studio together and putting this amazing radio station together. So it was a dream. It was. I was really happy to do it.
Thank
I
you,
can't
Mama.
Tell you how proud I was to be able to set up that set.
Thank you so much. We'll take the amazing, but we can't call ourselves a radio station, unfortunately.
Not yet.
Not just yet. But
Not just yet.
Not just yet.
Come on, CRTC. CRTC.
I'm sure they'll get on it. They all got to work from home because of
CRTC.
whatever reason. Thanks so much, Mama, and we'll talk to you soon, I guess. I don't know. I'll come over for dinner. Gail Sear, star of This Is What Happens When You Aren't Taught How to Bead, a documentary that has just won an award for exceptional merit at the Women's International Film Festival, as put on by WRPN.TV. Wonderful stuff. Thanks so much again. And thanks to George Lassard. Thanks to Knack. Thanks to Marie Cordair. We'll put up that link for you guys so you guys can check it out. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Mama.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Lecter, what do you got going on this weekend?
Dinner with friends.
Dinner with friends. Dinner alone.
Yeah.
Watching TV alone.
It's one of those sad dinners because someone's leaving.
I know. That is sad. I know that's too bad. A long time person that's been here a long time is heading out to Ontario.
Yeah.
That's how she goes, though.
That's a northern tradition.
Absolutely. I've been here long enough.
Back to Ontario.
Back to Ontario. That's where I'm headed. A couple plans this weekend. Hang out with some friends. Maybe do a little cabin crew hangout tomorrow night. That's kind of where I'm at. We got the drive-in movie tonight. Mm-hmm. Double feature. Congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah.
And
sorry to the one that Bracken Sibs let down.
Yeah. Sorry to everybody that Bracca and Siba. Sorry to everyone whose weekend that they ruined.
I think they only got one wrong.
I think they got one wrong. Yeah. And they ruined that person's weekend.
Just one ruined.
A hole just popped out in my sock.
Whoa.
Like literally just exploded.
What?
Now my toes are hanging out.
Oh,
jeez. What a great start to the weekend. Oy.
Can it get any worse?
I mean, probably.
I'll knock on wood right now.
Big birthday shout out to Keith McNeil as well. Friend of the show. Friend of our trivia team.
Yeah. Member of our trivia team.
Member of our trivia team. Well, I mean, friend of now because we don't have trivia.
I mean, Shannon's a friend of our trivia
That's
team.
true.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's an enemy.
That's
of
true.
Our trivia team.
Yeah.
She's the only one that kind of,
Respected rival.
Yeah, who I spit on. Happy birthday to Keith. For all his, and big shout outs for all your volunteer work. You're just kind of everywhere all the time. And you have a pretty cool family too. So congrats. So what was I going to say? The drive-in movie, was I wrong? Am I wrong or am I not wrong that there's still some tickets?
I believe as of this morning there are still a few. Now the city of Yellowknife is
things like that,
I think they're going to put out, and I'll just double check to see if they have yet.
Yes.
They had a few left over. Yeah, a few people canceled tickets.
Yeah.
So there are a few right now. So if you want to still go to the drive-in movie and you don't have a pass,
beautiful.
Get in touch with the city of Yellowknife. Dave Zetoff would be the one that you want to talk to, and we will just throw out his email right now because I think it's pretty easy to find. And remember, it is not Summer Dave. It is dzetoff, ZETHOF @yellowknife.ca. Shoot him an email if you want to go to the drive-in movie tonight. See what tickets are still available.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the route he wants us to go, but that's what we're throwing out there.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Make Dave's Friday a little tougher for him.
Absolutely.
Okay,
that's all I want to do. I want to make people's lives tougher. Because from that comes great strength.
That's right.
And go to cabinradio.ca. Ollie Williams has a story for you. Mervyn Brass, new senior managing director at CBC North. Beautiful interview there. Go listen to that. And there you go. That's kind of the wrap up on the week. I mean, what else could happen this week? President's got coronavirus, allegedly. The Stanley Cup was won.
Allegedly.
I mean... Right?
COVID Cup.
Sure, COVID Cup. That's right.
You know, it's funny. We were thinking about that ahead of this year's playoffs. And, a lot of the talk going into the Stanley Cup playoffs was is there going to be an asterisk beside it no matter who wins? We didn't really know how we were going to feel at the end of it, right? It was a whole different thing. It's you know what? The only way there's going to be an asterisk beside it is if the Montreal Canadiens win or the Toronto Maple Leafs win.
Yeah.
Anyone else, it'll be whatever. That is a cup well earned.
Yeah, absolutely.
They should be happy with it. If the Leafs or Habs won, there would have been a big old asterisk beside it.
But I mean, they don't put an asterisk next to New Jersey's win in '95.
No,
right?
Nor should they.
Right? They only played 40 games that year.
That's right.
Right?
They don't put one beside Chicago's win of 2013. I think they only played 48 or 50 that year, too.
That's right, strike horde season that year,
That's the only reason the Toronto Maple Leafs made the playoffs that year. And then, of course, the big collapse.
The only asterisk I would see, for sports, before we head off here, I just wanted to let everyone know.
Okay.
The only asterisk that I would put next to these shortened seasons, like for baseball or hockey, had almost a full season. So you can have like 70. You could have proper stats for that and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for like something like baseball, where they only had half a season, 60. Pardon me, not even half a season, 60 games.
Yeah.
Which is almost like a third of a season.
Yeah. Which is ludicrous.
So they announced like, oh, this guy's got the lowest ERA in the modern era. It's like, because he had 12 starts. Like, that doesn't count. And then they crowned a Triple Crown winner. They crowned a Triple Crown winner for pitching, which is ERA, wins, and strikeouts, I think, is the Triple Crown for that.
Right.
And it's like, well, that shouldn't count either. That should have a huge asterisk next to it because he had 12 starts. If he's got the lowest ERA and most strikeouts and most wins after 35 starts, absolutely. That's a Triple Crown.
If it makes you feel any better, I keep forgetting that baseball is even happening anyway.
It is still happening.
Yeah.
But okay, the big one for that one is like an average thing. So like the top average this year was 350, which is good, right? But if someone hit over 400, which hasn't happened since Ted Williams in like 1943.
Unbelievable.
But in 60 games, that wouldn't mean anything. There'd have to be a huge asterisk.
What an accomplishment.
Asterisk.
Put it down in the history books.
the guy from the comic book. That's his name, right? Asterix? The little Viking dude? No?
In what?
The French comic, Asterix.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, thanks for following me along on that ride. Thank you very much.
Lost you completely.
Great. That's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for the week. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend. The weather looks semi-promising. And because it's October, let's do a little Monster Mash. Mornings at the Cabin. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.